I'm Officer Adino, and I got my brother Glenn Finisher here with us, and we're out here on Juneteenth talking to our people in the community, trying to get their thoughts on slavery. Juneteenth, we celebrate the end of slavery, but I want to ask you a question and show you a short video about how slavery actually began and why did it begin.
In the shadowed chambers of 15th century Vatican, a decree was set in motion that would reverberate through history. Pope Nicholas V, in 1452, issued the Dum Diversas, a papal bull that granted King Alfonso V of Portugal a chilling authority. The right to conquer and subdue non-Christians, consigning them to perpetual servitude. It was a divine endorsement. As European powers set their sights on uncharted territories, this decree became a cornerstone, legitimizing the enslavement of countless indigenous peoples. But what lay behind this papal decision? And how did it shape the trajectory of colonial conquests?
So I want to ask you a question. Did you have any idea that the beginning of slavery started with the Roman Catholic Church?
No, I didn't.
So now would it surprise you if I told you that the actual beginning of slavery was documented to happen in the Bible?
Yeah, that was surprising.
That would surprise you. That would surprise you. Are you a church going man? Okay. I'm going to read a verse for you out the Bible concerning the prophecy about slavery. All right? We got the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I'm going to go down here to verse 68. And I'm just getting right to the point, all right? So this is Moses after he had delivered the Israelites out of Egypt. You know, you're familiar with that history in the Bible? Okay, this is what he's telling them in the wilderness. He says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt, when you research that word, is just an old word that means slavery. Really. Matter of fact, yeah, it's just an old word that means slavery. They used to call Egypt back in the old days Mizraim. Egypt means house of bondage. So it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, he said, with ships. Now the first time the children of Israel, how did they get out of Egypt? They walked out. The Lord split the Red Sea and they walked over, right? So we know when he's talking about sending you back to Egypt with ships, he's not talking about going back to that Egypt in Africa, right? He said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, meaning we would not see our homeland again, right? So, he said, and there, once you get off them ships, ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, meaning no man would be able to free you. Malcolm X couldn't do it, Dr. Martin Luther King couldn't do it, Marcus Garvey, none of those men got us out of our slavery, right? So this was prophesied to happen to the children of Israel. So what I'm asking you is, who else did this happen to in history? Because this was a prophecy that happened to the children of Israel. So what I'm asking is, what group of people alive today that did this happen to, that went into slavery on ships, that never went back to their homeland, and when they got off them ships, they were sold to their enemies, what the Bible calls them. Who did that happen to today?
Besides
Us! It only happened to us.
Okay, yeah.
So what we're getting at and what we're trying to connect our people with is the fact that what happened to you, to our ancestors, was prophesied to happen by the Bible, and that proves who you are naturally. You're not colored, you're not Negro, you're not African American. We're actually the Israelites of the Bible. How you feel about that?
I do a little more research on that. I'm gonna do some more reading now.
I'll pray. That's all we ask, that you do some more research on it. All right, so it was a pleasure talking to you, and Lord's will, you go back and do a little bit more research, and we got some information for you that we have to share with you before you leave. All right. Hey, pleasure talking to you, sir. All right, read. I know you got that big Bible in the house. Deuteronomy chapter 20. Read that whole chapter.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, the gentleman was very interested. Once we got to the crux of the matter, and we showed him in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 how the children of Israel were prophesied to go into slavery on ships. It kind of blew his mind. He was like, hey, he didn't know that. He had never heard about that. And he looked like he's one of them been in church for the last 40, 50 year kind of guys, and he never read that scripture. So Lord's will, he go back home, pull out that big old Bible with the dust cover on it, sitting on the dresser there, dust that thing off, and actually read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and get some understanding of his nationality.
This holiday, and number one, I'm happy that African Americans have a holiday, and it's nationally recognized. It's a federal holiday. But it bothers me that there's a holiday and a celebration for the end of slavery when there never should have been slavery to begin with. You're celebrating someone being treated as a human being when they were always a human being. And to me, it feels a little bit bittersweet.
I feel the same way. I say the day was much more valuable when they didn't recognize it. You see what I'm saying? How can we celebrate the day Dr. King died? The day he died, you'll celebrate the day death, right? So I'm saying, okay, they gave us Martin Luther King holiday. That's a nationally federal. What have that day done? Them giving us that day. By them giving us a day for Juneteenth, they acknowledge you guys were our slaves, right? We ended slavery, and not only that, you guys found out 2 years later. So we gonna celebrate that y'all found out 2 years later. That's a spit in the face.
Hey, shalom, shalom, family, Most High Christ bless. I'm Jeriah. I'm here with Simba. Hey, so I'm here with my sister Simba. So we just checked out a video with Charleston White talking about his feelings about Juneteenth. You're doing some deep breaths right now. How you feel about it?
I don't know. I can see all the sides.
Right. So
I kind of see where he's coming from.
So let me shoot you this then. Do you think Juneteenth is more of a benefit for our people, or kind of more like almost a gimme? You know, that the government just gave us. You know what
I'll
I'm
say it's more of a gimme.
Yeah.
But it could be a benefit too, because we recognizing and spreading more knowledge about things.
Facts. And I agree with you, because like I said, now we kind of get a background sense of slavery. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of with Charleston White, like I say, he kind of had a point. We celebrating the fact that we were slaves. We shouldn't have been slaves in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make no sense. And then even on top of that, it was like, what changes have we really experienced?
You kind of celebrating, okay, yeah, we got free, but it's really for real though.
Yeah, for real. See, and that's the thing. That's exactly
really celebrating.
That's exactly what we out here trying to say. Like, what are we celebrating? Because after Juneteenth got made a federal holiday, our people still getting shot down the streets. We still getting mistreated by the government. You know what I'm saying?
They really did that for them. They can make some money. They put some ice cream flavors out and some posters and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing about it, you know what I'm saying? America runs off of what? The dollar. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care about us. When have they ever cared about us? If I brought you from Africa as slaves, why am I gonna all of a sudden just have a change of heart and start caring about my people, about your people? It ain't gonna happen. But you said something heavy. You said we still slaves to this day. And we are a Bible-based organization. I want to show you a scripture real quick. Just real quick. Hold up. Let me pull it out real quick.
Don't make me cry. I get to crying. You started reading the scriptures.
Nah, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We spiritual people. Because that's really what we out here doing. You know what I'm saying? We out here trying to show our people that we are the true Israelites according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That the reason why we go through all this oppression, all the bad things, while we at the bottom of our community, is because we're the Israelites. We left God. But in order for us to fix the situation that we're in, where we don't have to celebrate Juneteenth, but we can celebrate true freedom under Christ, we got to come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments, right? So I'm going to check this out real quick. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. So you just said it. You talking the scripture, you didn't even know it.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So it says we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. Right, we're scattered because Israel, our homeland. We over here in America. For a reproach.
not just physically, but in the brain too.
Exactly.
It's coming together.
Oh, so you mind if I get two scripts? Okay, so boom. So where that has scattered us for a reproach, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers. Don't you pay bills? You subject to payments. Now check this out, because you said something else. I'm gonna give one more verse in Deuteronomy 28 and 48. When you get a chance, this is true liberation. What's 28 days in February? We got Deuteronomy 28. That's what we really need to be focused about, right? Because this shows you who you are according to the Bible. You are Israelites, sis. So it says Deuteronomy 28, 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee. So right now we serving our enemies, you know what I'm saying? We are under, I'm keep it a being. We under the white man. We under the government of America. It says, we shall serve them in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. So whatever we want, we have to go to the white man to get it. Even our own quote unquote holidays like Juneteenth. It was the federal government made it a holiday. We didn't do it ourselves. And it says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon our neck. We had yokes of iron on our necks in slavery until he have destroyed thee. Meaning what? The yokes of iron came off our necks when we were what? When we were mental slaves. They didn't have to have it on our necks anymore.
Man, I'm about to say that. They don't even need the physical change no more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so pretty much that's what we out here teaching. Juneteenth, it sounds nice. It do got a pretty cover in front of it. But at the end of the day, it's a smoke screen. Ain't no change gonna happen. It's not a true benefit for our people. And so with that, my sister Simba, we say shalom, most high Christ bless.
All right, shalom, Israel. So we just finished up with our Cut from the Street interviews. We talked to several people about this. I guess I'm gonna have to call it a holiday. It's a worldly holiday. Of course, we know it's not of the Lord. About this Juneteenth holiday. They had some interesting takes. So I'm excited to show you what we came up with. Lord's will, you get some kind of, if nothing else, entertainment value out of it. What do you think?
Hey, look, the interviews we conducted were great. We got to really dive into the minds of our people. Some people felt like Juneteenth was a good thing. And other people kind of had to understand, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's there, but what change really happened?
What do you think, so?
Man, our people understood it's a flaw. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like some said, it's like it was a gift to us. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to find out, right?
And a gift does what?
Destroy man's heart.
All right. I'll pray. So, we hope you enjoyed the video. And with that, we say shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word